In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to do 21s on the bench press. Now be sure to watch my other video on 21s, my introduction to 21s, to get the full scoop on the benefits of 21s. Here I'm just going to show you two different techniques you can use to do the bench press with 21s. Now most people think that 21s can only be done on exercises like curls, single joint exercises. Not true. 21s also offer not just muscle building benefits for bodybuilders, but strength boosting benefits because it breaks up the exercise into two different halves of the range of motion. So the bench press, for example, you're going to do the first half of the range of motion, bar on chest, to about halfway point. This is known as the sticking point for most people. That's the range where we fail on the bench press, when the bar is closest to the chest. So training with 21s, where you're going to do this half of the range of motion first, helps to train your strength in that range of motion. Then you move on to do the second round of 7 reps in the top half of the range of motion. And then you're going to finish with 7 reps in the full range of motion. Now I can easily just estimate my 2 halves of the range of motion on the bench press, just like I do with curls. And here in the power rack, I can use the holes of the power rack as sort of my guidelines. Right here is my full range of motion. So this is the top half, the range of motion, my top ceiling. My chest is the bottom half of the range of motion. And so I can sort of estimate while I'm doing it where that halfway point is. Doing the first 7 from here to the halfway point, and then estimating from there midway point to full range of motion. And then of course you finish with 7 reps through the full range of motion. But if you really want to be anal about it, as well as maximize those strength boosting benefits of the different ranges of motion, I'll show you a little more complicated version if you really want to get down and dirty in the power rack. With the version I just showed you here, where you're just sort of estimating where your halfway point is, you can do that right on a typical bench press bench and just eyeball it or have somebody watch you. Here we're going to do this in a power rack because we're going to use the safeties to limit how high we go and to limit how high the bar goes, so that we can really focus on those ranges of motion, getting them more accurate and not having to hold the weight in the halfway point. So the first thing we're going to do is measure the top of my range of motion on the bench press and the bottom, and then we're going to get the halfway point. So the top position of my range of motion is somewhere right around this hole on the power rack. My bottom range of motion, when the bar hits my chest, is right around here. So my halfway point is right here. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. So right in between those two. And next I'm going to show you how we're going to set this up with the safety bars. So now I've got the safety bars set at my ceiling of the halfway point. Now when I press the bar up, I stop. I know I'm right at my halfway point of the bench press. So you'll do your first 7 in that range of motion. Now we'll immediately change the safety bars to train in the top half of the range of motion. And then the next 7 reps we're going to do from the halfway point up. So here we can rest the bar right on the safety pins as our starting point. And then we'll remove the safety bars completely and do our last 7 reps through the full range of motion. Now you can even take longer rest periods in between each of those 7 reps to truly maximize the strength building benefits of 21s. As you'll see, doing it this way with the power rack allows you to really focus on building that explosive power without worrying about having to slow the weight down and hold it in position. So this version is definitely the better option if you truly want to maximize those strength gaining benefits of 21s. If you're just using it to beat the crap out of your chest, don't worry about it. You can just do the estimating version and you're good to go. If you have any more questions about 21s, no matter what exercise you're doing it on, you know where to get me, guys. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Check out the Gym Army Facebook group page, guys. And as always, stay Gym Army strong.